So for the celebration of life, the libation honoring our newest ancestor, Cousin Peaches, as we knew her, but she was born Gloria Duncan, and our Ubaka-Blackmoore family is celebrating here in Stone Mountain, Georgia, since we could not be in New Orleans with the family. And so first we're going to ask for the great, great, great granddaughter of Aurelia Clark, and that's my granddaughter, Aquia Afrier, to read from the Hosea about libations.
This is the book of Annie. Pour libation for the fathers and mothers who rest in the valley of the dead. God will witness your action and accept it. Do not forget this even when you are away from home. For as you do for your parents, your children will do for you also.
Thank you, Aquia. Ashe. All right. And the great, great, great grandson of Aurelia Clark is going to be the one pouring the water of libation as we call upon our ancestors. And we begin first with giving thanks for the creator of all life for this universe. May you be pleased with us as we invite all loving ancestors of Cousin Peaches to be present. So this may not be all the names, and so we ask forgiveness of those ancestors that we're not able to call you by name, but that you might speak to us and give us your name for remembrance in our future family libations. But we're calling and asking for your presence today as we celebrate the newest ancestor into your spirit realm, and that your power be present with us today. Great, great, great grandma Aurelia Clark, come and be with us. And the family says, Ashe.
Ashe. Whoa, that's a lot.
And you can just do a little bit at a time. Great, great grandma Lucinda Butler, come and be with us.
Ashe.
Ashe. Great, great grandma Myrtle Prout, come and be with us.
Ashe.
Great grandpa Roosevelt Prout, come and be with us.
Ashe.
Did I just say Myrtle? Oh, thank you. Okay. Great great uncle Clifford Prout, come and be with us.
Ashe.
Great great aunt Auntie Audrey, come and be with us.
Ashe.
Great great cousin Jessie, come and be with us.
Ashe.
And now to recognize the relationship of those two Cousin Peaches, we ask that Cousin Peaches' mother come and be with us. That is great, great, great Aunt Sarah. Come and be with us as we ask you to welcome your daughter into the ancestral realm. And we say again to great grandpa Roosevelt Prout, who was Cousin Peach's favorite cousin, that he be with us and be pleased with us today. Ashe. And I'm just trying to remember, and of course, her husband, known as Mr. Anthony, come and be with us. Yes. Yes. And so we have called the names that are known to us, and we know there are many others that were the loving ancestors, that are the loving ancestors of Cousin Peaches. All are welcome to be present with us as they witness our remembrance, our libation, and our love of Cousin Peaches. And we're going to have another reading from Aquia Afrier Ubaka-Blackmoore about the importance of living a good life. And these are readings coming from the Hosea.
Know this, who are faithful to you and do the most treats. and do not do the most truth. Those who are your friends, you are a well-watered field to you, and more valuable than great riches. For others, that for what belongs to one friend belongs to another. The character of righteous persons is an honor to him or her, and a thing of valuable which is long remembered.
Okay, hold it, because I want you to read it one more time for us very slowly. And I want to share this, that right now we have family gathered in Sacramento, California, in Oakland, California, in New Orleans, Louisiana, and here in Stone Mountain, Georgia, because Cousin Peaches led a life that made people remember her deep in their heart. And so that passage talks about that. They use the word friends, but friends, you can just think of it as family. If you can read that again and remember, when they say friends, we're talking about Cousin Peaches, our family. Okay? So let's hear that again, what it says about a person. Okay.
Know thee, those who are faithful to you, and do not mistreat those who are your friends. They are a well-watered field to you, and more valuable than great riches. For what belongs to one friend belongs to another. The character of a righteous person is an honor to him or her, and a thing of valuable which is long remembered.
Ashe, thank you. You want to pour it one more time? Okay. So we're calling Cousin Peaches Spirit to be with us today and to witness our celebration of her beautiful life, of all the things that she represented. So we have some more things, and I want to see if the oldest of my grandchildren can read a passage as well. All you have to do is read it directly from here. Do you mind doing that? Okay. And as we continue to celebrate her life, you all can stay there or you can sit down, whichever one you want. And this is written. This is written by Cousin Malika. You can come on up. So one of the things is Cousin Peaches did not have children, right? And my father, Roosevelt Prout, made sure that we understood the value of family and that we would stay connected. So he always, whenever we visited New Orleans, he made sure we went to see Cousin Peaches and his other cousins that were there, and that we promised to keep our family together and connected. And so I'm really, really proud of the fact that my grandchildren had an opportunity to spend time with Cousin Peaches. And my oldest grandson, who's going to share this piece, actually visited and performed for Cousin Peaches. And right now, what he's reading is a tribute from the oldest granddaughter of Roosevelt Prout. That is my niece, Cousin Malika, and she wrote this tribute. So, okay, I'll say this. So he's coming back in just a moment to read this. Did you want to say something? What?
Well, I've always been thankful to have a cousin like Cousin Peaches and have a big family like everyone here. And at the end of this, after everyone's done with all the speeches and the things, I would like to do a dance for Cousin Peaches and all the other ancestors that have been invited to this.
That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. And
I want to do it too.
And you remember when you met Cousin Peaches?
It was so fun. Cousin Peaches was so nice, and I even performed for her.
And you performed for her as well. Yes, yes. So that'll be nice that you will do that. And we'll get your music all ready. I have pictures to share with you all of Cousin Peaches. I have some pictures of her when she was young, like a young woman, not as a child. But I think Auntie Angel's going to be able to send those to me before we end today. Right. But one of the stories that I like to tell you guys about Cousin Peaches that she shared with us is the day my mother and father got married. Your great grandparents, she said she got in the car and sat in between the two of them on their honeymoon, telling them all how happy they were for them and what to expect in their married life. So, all right, but here is my oldest grandson. Thank you so much. Kai M. Heru, and he's going to read it. Goes from here down to here. Okay?
Life is a story. From the day we are born, our stories begin. Cousin Peaches had an adventurous life filled with amazing stories of good times and laughter. She always shared wisdom with many life lessons. When Cousin Peaches told a story, it made you want to take a journey back in time just to get a first-hand glimpse for yourself. Her wisdom, along with her storytelling, made you get a clear, vivid picture of the good old days and what it was like during that time. When she spoke, everyone listened. We were always eager to hear a grand piece of family history. She was an elder with concise memory and recollection. Cousin Peaches could tell a story from almost 100 years ago and make it seem like it was yesterday. She was a very strong and outspoken, yet thoughtful and kind. Family was very important to her, and she always made it a point to ask how everyone was doing and to get the names to connect all the dots on the family tree. Cousin Peach's wisdom, strength, and kindness will be missed, but the stories she told will live forever along with her sweet and loving spirit. We love you, Cousin Peaches. We will continue to tell your story as we honor you now as an ancestor. Ashe.
Ashe. And then can you just because this might be his first time knowing about the visit you had with Cousin Peaches. Can you just describe that a little bit for us?
Well, me and my me and the Zuri drummers went with our family to New Orleans to go visit her nursing home, and we drummed. We had a performance there, and after that we sat and talked with her.
Yeah. Yeah. And remember how all the other people in the nursing home, because the performance was for her, but everybody at the nursing home was able to attend, and how excited they were to have you all there. So imagine all of those are part of the memories that as she makes her flight to the ancestral land, that she can look back on her way. So you're part of her most recent memories. And I appreciate that so much, grandson. I'm very proud of you. Ashe. Ashe. Let's see. Any other thoughts or questions about Cousin Peaches? Yes.
When I met Cousin Peaches,
You can stand back over here.
when I met Cousin Peaches, it was one of my favorite parts in life because Cousin Peaches was always there and always had this bright smile and lovely smile on her face. And she made energy flow through everyone there, making everyone feel happier than they have been. And Cousin Peaches is super nice. And when I heard that passage, I really wanted to hear some of the stories that she had told.
That's a lot of different stories. So when we come together as a family, that's the thing that we can do. When we go to New Orleans, or when Uncle Onunzi or Cousin Malika, your grandtie Angel, everybody who sat down with her probably has a fun story to share. right? What? Bless you. So, one of the things that she told me about, and my grandma also told me, was that the auntie that I had my birth name after, Auntie Audrey, she said, "Oh, there's one thing I hear you guys have in common." I said, "What's that?" And she said, "Cooking crazy food." And I said, why do you think I'm cooking crazy foods? And she said, "Well, her cousin, that was my father, right?" She said, he would sometimes tell her that I made food with no meat in it at all. You know, which was what? Vegetarian dishes, right? And in the beginning, he wasn't used to eating vegetarian dishes because my mama always made delicious soul food dinners with beef and chicken and lamb and pork and all that in it. So, but she said her cousin, that was her cousin Audrey, liked to cook and liked to make really different types of meals, you know. And so she told me that was something that I had in common with my auntie. So that was a fun story. And anytime I'm cooking something new, I think about my auntie Audrey, that I bet she would have liked this. And I wouldn't have known those things if it weren't for Cousin Peaches and Grandma Myrtle. They would tell me stories. So family stories are very important. Okay. So what I didn't talk about on our libation and inviting the ancestors by name were many of her other aunties. I didn't have the name of all of them, but I know she had 5, if not 6 aunties, because her aunties were my great aunties, and they were my father's aunties. So she had Auntie Clara, Auntie B. Oh my, now I can't remember any of the names at the moment. I'll have to ask Auntie Angel. She's the best at getting them all. But I have a picture. So I'm going to show you the picture of all of her aunties. Let's see. It would be.
You want to turn off the video? I don't know how it would be used.
Oh, I know. How hard to. No, we're going to put it on pause because